Hello, YouTube peeps. Miss P is having a rough day. We took 2 days off, and because it was really cold here, and went out to exercise her this morning. And as you can see, I'm going to try to get in on this so you can see this. She's having an episode. If you watch those front muscles here, you're going to see her. See it seizing up and fluttering. I don't know if you can see that or not. But that right there is really fluttering. And it looks just like waves. And this is not typically in her chest normally. But today it is in her chest. And like I said, I don't know if you guys can see that or not. You can see that fluttering is going on here. I don't know if you can see that muscle tremor. There, you can kind of see that waving motion. It's really a bad one today. She's really having a hard time today. We'll see if it stops here in a minute. I don't think it's going to. I don't think it's going to. When they're having these, and if you put your hand there, you can actually physically feel the cramping of the muscle. It almost feels like a tight ball. And there's not much you can do for her. You can rub it, try to relieve some of it, but there isn't much you're going to do for her. So with Sweet Pea, I've noticed these also correspond with her heat cycle. And she is getting ready to come back into heat. Poor Miss P. She's in quite a bit of pain. She's not even interested too much in eating. I noticed one when I was lunging her. I noticed one that was happening under here. But I'm not seeing that one so much anymore. I'm seeing the one in the chest. So this one over here was popping pretty good too. Right under where the sheath goes, right here was having some problems. She's really shifting around and not really being able to stand there real good. I was picking out her feet, but she's having too hard of a time to give me her feet. Oh, there it goes again. Okay, Sweet Pea. I know it hurts. You'll be alright, honey. It'll pass. It will pass. It will pass. And there's really nothing, when these things happen, there isn't anything you could do. A lot of owners, and I know a lot of caretakers, not owners, caretakers, will give bute or Banamine to help them get through it because it can be quite painful. I myself have chosen not to use drugs, and I don't want to keep her in pain, but I also don't want to shoot her up with a bunch of stuff a bunch of drugs either. I take that stance with my kids too. My son has ADHD, and I choose not to medicate him because I don't think that that's the answer. You just got to let it pass and try to eliminate them by constant exercise and diet. And I think a lot of it with Miss P is she went 2 days without exercise. So, as you can see, she likes to put her head down here. Her head will be real low, and she likes to try and put her head down here in my lap. Wants me to take the pain away from her. Looks to me to rescue her. And you'll know when they're having really bad episodes. They'll hang their head real low like this because it hurts, and she wants me to take it away, but I can't. And you'll notice she's cocking her. She just cocked her. Shifting lameness. This is showing that right now. You'll watch her shift from side to side. She'll shift those back legs trying to get comfortable because her chest is really, really bothering her right now. She might do it again. She might not. But they'll shift their legs back and forth, and as you can see that muscle right there, I don't know how good you guys can see that, but it is just cinching up and letting loose, and cinching up and letting loose, and cinching up. And it looks like a tremor, almost like if you've ever been a mom and you've had a baby growing inside you and they go to moving around in your belly, you can see them moving underneath of your skin. That's a lot like what these tremors look like to me. Like she's got a little alien in her muscle there trying to roll it around. So, I don't know if you guys can see that. But this might carry on for a half hour. Might carry on for 10 minutes and quit. I have yet to figure out, there's no set time for it. It's just whenever it passes. But like I told Miss P, I said we definitely can't let you have any days off of your exercise, because especially when she's coming so close to her heat cycle, and I don't know for sure if that is what I guess heightens them, or she has more sessions. I've noticed though, as she's coming into a heat cycle, she will have more episodes, and I would suppose that would have something to do with it, because as females, our hormones get all messed up. They get unbalanced. Well, and some of us experience cramping more than others. And so I would assume that this is something that I have seen pretty regular, that it has something to do with it. Come on, you can move forward, you're alright. You'll be alright. I know. Like I said, she likes to put her head down here in my hand and wants me to kind of hold her head for her. And they'll hold their heads real low when they're having these episodes. And you can see she kind of looked at her back there, trying to bite at it, trying to figure out what is going on with me. It's a little bit heartbreaking. Oh, it's more than a little bit. It's heartbreaking to see her go through it. And she's putting her head in my hand again. Wants me to hold her head. Wants me to support her head here for her. It's heartbreaking to see him go through these episodes, and there's pretty much nothing you can do for him. There's nothing you can do for him. Be here and stick it out with them. That's about all you can do. Be here and stick it out with them. Oh, now it's starting in on her back muscles, which is why she turned around and she bit at it. I'll try to get a picture of that. Which is why she turned around and she bit at it. Like, hey, what's this? Is this food? I just saw one come across her belly, but it's more in her chest right now. Like I said, I hope I was able to get a good video of her having the stiffness in the right there. Yep, and she's getting more agitated as it goes because there isn't anything she can do. So she's bob her head up and down, up and down. And they'll bite at their chest, and they'll bite at their side, and right there she's shifting her weight again. She'll shift her weight. That's what they're talking about. Right there's a good example of shifting lameness. Putting weight on one side and then immediately shifting it to the other, and then she'll shift it back to the other one. So when they're talking about symptoms of shifting lameness, that to me is what they're talking about. That symptom right there, where she'll go from one side, cock that leg for a minute, turn around, and she'll switch them up. And that's something pretty common that you see. And I know that it's not just because she's being lazy and she wants to relax, she's doing it again. She's not doing it because she's lazy and she wants to relax. She's doing it because her back end is cramping up on her, and she's shifting it from side to side to try to relieve that cramping and that tension. So, and I know that this is all tied into what she's going through right now. She's going through a pretty good little session here for the last 13 minutes. Her chest is not as bad right now. It's right here. It's right here. Goes to fluttering and moving. Putting her head down again. She shifted her weight back onto the left side. Now she's shifting it back to the right side. Well, it seems to have let up a little bit. There's still fluttering in her chest, but not like it was a few minutes ago. Right there, she went to bite on her other side there, on the other side of her chest. Oh, she did it again. She's trying to bite that side is what she's trying to do. Yep, see her bite at it? And there's a lot of shaking of the head, there's a lot of biting of the sides. You'll see that a lot when they're having sessions, and hanging their head real low. we're going to just work through this, and I'll stay with her through the whole thing, and we'll end that video here. But this is what we deal with. This is the nightmare of poor Sweet Pea's life. She's biting at her side again. You know, this is what this disease is, and people haven't seen it enough, and people haven't witnessed it enough to understand that it isn't good, and we shouldn't breed horses with this. You shouldn't promote it, and you shouldn't breed it, because this poor horse is going to probably be dealing with this from anywhere from 3 to 4 hours to short. If it's a short session, it'll be done in 30 minutes. Right now, it's already been going on for 16 minutes. So I'm going to end that video there, and I'm going to comfort her the best way that I can. And we'll talk to you later. Love your horses.